bogi tianei Agu maharara bogi tianei Irunga ite arohagi de iwi bogi tianei Aku maharara bogi tianei Irunga ide arohagi de iwi bogi tianei Aku marara
Ara, tuki tuki te manoa ki te iwi. Repeat my love to all you fans out there. Welcome to the Shadow Work Show. Let's get straight into it. The links for the show is www.spreaker.com/user/10903668. You can also catch me on Rob E.T. Tamate Tuhaka on Facebook, Rob Tamate Tuhaka on Miwi, and the email is blattinboy, BLATTIN boy @gmail.com. I'd like to acknowledge the True Whānau Integrity Group, kia ora, and also the OIM lads as well in the group, OIM Internet Radio. Good work, everybody. But anyway, let's get into the show. So I've been one of our THI members has suggested for me to do a Shadow Work Show. So this is an extra show. Usually I only broadcast on Fridays, but I've been broadcasting all week this week for some reason. But yeah, so let's get into it. But before I get into it, I'd like to think there's 5 seconds to say thanks for that, Karen. People need to learn about their shadow work, and yeah, we'll get into it now. What is shadow work? Okay, a lot of people focus on the external reality, which is either God, what else can we put it as, making sure that your appearance is okay, so what other people think. Where you see shadow work is your inner self, because it all starts from yourself. Pretty much basically means that clearing out all the traumas that you have, past issues, whether it's this lifetime or last lifetime. It's about, because, as I said in I think it was my Christmas show, that if you just shower on the outside and focus on the outward appearance rather than the inner work, and you don't clean that out as well, the energies eventually go rotten. And that's it's all about just knowing how to make inside flow. So new energies in, old energies out. New energies in, old energies out. How I usually do it, and this ties in with shielding, is I just imagine me looking at myself. I've got a etheric self looking at my physical self, and I just imagine where it hurts the most, which is the heart chakra most of the time. Sometimes it could be the ribs if you're being attacked. Is to just imagine pulling traumas pretty much from the heart chakra going down and throughout your right leg, because remember, your right leg is the leg that exits, just like your right arm, and the left arm and the left leg are the ones that receive. So it's all about, imagine a thick cord going from yourself way down to the center of the earth. That's your grounding. And you need to pull energies from the central earth, and that's how you recycle your energies, is negative down, positive up. And also when you're also with your left arm receiving energies from the central sun, that also helps, which is the center of this galaxy, and letting all the attacks and all the unnecessary negative energy out of your right arm if your right leg is not taking it. So it's all about just balance, not being in a state of happiness or not being in a state of sadness. It's finding that balance in between, because entities feed off your happiness if you're too high and too excited, and if you've got adrenaline rush when you're in a state of fear, severe fear. They feed off that energy. It's because the ones up the top, they know about the energies. It's the one which we don't, and we've got to learn this, because that's why I always say about being in the balance, being 50% in the middle, not as Tom, it's right to be 45-55, because it's not much of a swing back to the middle. But once you go 90-10, you're going to have a hard time dealing with your shadow work and also external reality, what it throws back at you, because people like to, the enemy likes to throw you off your path no matter what. They'll use anything, whether it's your family. I've got a 13-year-old that I'm currently training in shadow work, and it's her sister. They're using her sister against her. Which is the most important link in her situation. But it's just all about coming to your center, observing from, when I was explaining about being balanced one time, I say to my brother, he was saying that I'm a fence sitter, and it's not good to be a fence sitter. Where I always say there's a flip side to being a fence sitter, and it's the fence sitters that actually see everything on both sides of the fence. Because when you're sitting on the fence, you can look both ways. When you're just either in the light path or the dark path, or whatever path you're on, binary, but a fence sitter can think triadally, because being a fence sitter, you're sort of reserved, and you become more lateral in your thinking, due to the fact of you have the whole story, rather than some people just have half of the story, and that's a linear thinker. That's how you understand the overview perspective on things as well, is knowing that. But once you clear out all the traumas, the external reality comes easier. So just imagine, as I said, just even imagine, because it's all about your mind, and don't let anyone tell you else otherwise, because it's all about what you think in your mind and your mind state. So just imagine a ball of energy, whether it's light or dark, sort of going around that part that it hurts and pulling it out through to your right leg and past your right foot down to the center of the earth and dump it there. Because at the end of the day, Mother Earth, or what we say in our culture, Papatuanuku, is there to help you. She's always there. She's always constantly there. I understand that some of us are not from this planet spiritually. It doesn't mean you're portraying your home world when you're doing this, because remember, it's Mother Earth that actually sustained you at this time if you're on Earth. So just remember, it's not portraying your planet. You're just grounding yourself to a new island, as they say galactically, because they don't see it as planets, they see them as islands. And I'm guessing that the galaxy is sort of like a planet. Well, it's I'll explain it in another show because it's out of the scope. So shadow's just all about acknowledging that you are the light and you are the dark, because remember, your shadow side is part of you. I hate to step on toes when I say this, but most religions only teach you to look externally, which is God, and Jesus, and the Lord, aka Anu, aka Reptilian King. At the end of the day, it's the whole saying, in order to love everybody else, you got to love yourself. In order to help others, you got to help yourself. There's a difference between service to self and service to the self. Obviously, you want to be doing service to the self, because you obviously need to service yourself before you can service others. So it's all about, it starts from you, and this is where the shadow work comes in. It's about clearing out all your past life traumas and your current life traumas, and just not forgetting what happened in your past. It's about detaching the emotional attachments to those memories, which a lot of people can't do, because I've heard from a lot of people, they say that when they remember things, it's like they're reliving the experience over and over again, because they can still feel the emotions and the feelings that they felt exactly on that day or month it happened, depending what it is. So it's about those emotional ties, it's about cutting those ties and just the memory itself. It's about just seeing it as information, because at the end of the day, that's all it is information. You can't, how can I put it? Once you start attaching emotions to events or past things, and you rethink about them, that's how they feed off you, because remember, it's a loose energy. Unfortunately, some people see us as physical food, as we see animals, which I guess in a way is our karmic cycle. But just remember that it's all about your emotions, and that's what they feed off. If you can control your emotions, you can cut off their food supply. And that's what it's all about, is cutting off the food supply, because once they don't, it's this whole saying, where attention goes, energy flows. So if you're putting your attention to it, and well, obviously your life force energy you're putting into it as well. So that's important. So it's about mastering your thoughts, mastering your emotions, even though those are the two things that are hard considering where we live in, but we have to do this for a better future. I'm doing it myself. I admit, I have trouble sometimes, but hey, I can admit that. Most people can't. So, on the positive note, we are getting there, but just remember, as I said in I think it was the Christmas show, all you have to do is just focus on the inner work. Once a lot of people focus on the inner work, the external reality becomes easier, because the external reality is fed from the internal reality, which is yourself. But yeah, this has been a special show, and I'll be broadcasting again. So from Rob E.T. Tamati Tuhaka, sayonara, cha-cha. You've been listening to Rob E.T. on E.T. Radio.